These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another How About Them Celtics video. Sam and I are here recording on Thursday, November 30th, and we are talking about Al Horford today. Before we do that, though, a little later today, 8 a.m., or this is coming out at 5 a.m., other one came out at 8 a.m., so if it's past 8 a.m., it's already out. Sam and I, joined by Bobby Kravitsky of Sports Illustrated, starting a new show 3 times a week is the goal. We'll see if we hit that, called Talkin' C's. It's going to go up in a bunch of SI, Sports Illustrated articles that Bobby writes. He writes for Inside the Celtics at Sports Illustrated. And, you know, just more Celtics content. It's not going to affect anything else at How About Them C's. You're still getting these daily videos. You're still getting 3 full pods a week. You just now get more of us with Bobby Kravitsky, friend of the pod. So
they got for AIs. We called them out, and they were like, here, come do a show with us.
Bobby confirmed, not AI. Good guy.
Yeah.
Shout out, Bobby.
we investigated today. AI couldn't have joined the room with us to record, and we found out Bobby is real.
Yeah, Bobby real and good dude. So we are talking about Al Horford, though. More specifically, how well Al Horford has played with Kristaps Porzingis out of the lineup. So I looked up the stats here, Sam, and I'll present them here. With Kristaps Porzingis in the lineup, so this is 13 games this year, Al Horford has averaged 5.7 points, 5.7 rebounds, 2.5 assists, shooting 42% from the field, 32% from deep. Not bad, just probably, not as good of a shooter as he once was. Now, small sample size, but in the 3 games without without Kristaps Porzingis in the lineup, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 56% from the field, 42% from deep, and 3.3 blocks a game, 1 steal. So a pretty significant jump there, even though it is just 3 games. These last 2 games are the more significant ones, in my opinion. The 6-15-3 game and the 16-9-6 game. But even that Philly game earlier in the season, 14-8-3 for Al Horford. Objectively, he plays better with Kristaps Porzingis out of the lineup. You have to imagine it's been a little difficult for him to adjust to a full-time bench role because that's what he's been put in. Hopefully this helps him get into a rhythm once Kristaps does come back, because he will inevitably take the starting spot back. But it's just interesting because and this isn't supposed to be a negative at either Al or Kristaps. It's just something to note because Al has been great these past couple of games.
Yeah, he sure has. The stats don't lie that you pulled up. I went on Basketball Reference. I wanted to look at the starter reserve splits. So quickly, points up, rebounds up, assists up, minutes up. That's kind of how it works. But overall efficiency also up, 47.6% from the field as a starter. However, when he starts, 3-point percentage is a little bit lower, 32.3 compared to 37.9. I think that might have to do with as the season has gone on for Horford, he's played much better, which bodes well for his transition back to the bench because it's inevitably going to happen. They like Holiday, White, Tatum, Brown, Porzingis as the starters, and I think they should like it like that. But in October, he struggled quite a bit, 36-8 from the field, 25% from deep. This month, much better, or last month technically, 48% from the field, 36-5. So it's been an upward trend. It's been getting his legs back underneath him after a summer off. I'm excited to see him transition back because I think Porzingis is a massive piece to the Celtics team, and so is Horford. Horford has a job to do. We talked about this with Bobby Kravitsky. If you're a little early before that video's out, you'll hear it then too. But big boy game for Al Horford tonight against Philly. Big boy game. Needs to prove that he can still hang with Embiid. He had a great game against Philly last time, but the first game wasn't anything super special. This is a big proof game. This is it wasn't a fluke. First game was a fluke where he struggled. So his main job really is just to defend the big guys. Porzingis isn't doing that. Luke Cornett's not doing that. That's his job. Muted.
Thank you. I said I agree. My biggest thing is, do you think this little stretch will help Horford carry over the hot shooting when Kristaps comes back? Or do you think it is just a matter of him being comfortable with the starters and then he'll go back to being uncomfortable?
Well, it could be a little bit of both. He could be a little bit less comfortable if he's being asked to do more with the bench, but hopefully Joe can adjust and try and use him as much as he can with the guys he's comfortable with. That's part of coaching. The rotations are important. I think seeing the ball go in the hoop is always important. I think having success in games is always important for confidence. Confidence is probably the best thing you can have going for you in the NBA besides talent. Sometimes it's even better. But with Horford, he just has to be steady. I wrote about this as part of a Jaylen Brown article for Celtics blog that is going to be out sometime soon. Horford is always found money at this point. He's nothing but solid. Very rarely does he have a game where he's objectively hurting the team. But when he plays great, does it help the team be much better? Jaylen Brown has such a wide range of games and performances he can put on. It can affect the team in so many different ways. So really the point is, if Al Horford can just be steady and maybe be a little bit above what they're asking of him, it's going to do wonders for the Celtics. If he continues the pace he's put up in this last week or two, it's going to be great. I hope he can sustain it. I think the shorter minutes are better for his longevity, especially come playoff time. Hasn't been tremendous in the playoffs the last couple seasons. He was good against Milwaukee in 2022. He had a good finals, or an okay finals. But last season, not the best.
Get ready for the NFL season with incredible offers from FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets. Guaranteed. That's guaranteed. Plus, all customers who bet $5 will get $100 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Now is the best time to join FanDuel. It absolutely is. The app is easy to use, and you can be on everything from spreads to player props and more. So visit FanDuel.com/Boston. Kick off the NFL season with an offer you won't want to miss. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Yeah, the other thing I think is interesting, with Al Horford, I think the defense is always going to be there. The point you made, like he's just going to defend the big guys, and he's been good at that regardless. I think he's lost a step a little, as we saw in the playoffs last year, like you mentioned, of defending on the perimeter. What I find interesting this year, and I'm curious, I'm trying to find the stats now, but I don't know where to see it. It feels like he's taking more twos than he did last year. Now he's not taking, like, volume wise, he is still like taking less twos than he did, but percentage of his shots, 7.5 shots last year, 2.4 twos, 6 shots this year, 2.12. So it feels like he's taking more, and he is shooting better on twos this year at 65% roughly. And these last couple of games, he's been going to the post. Like, we've seen a couple plays where Horford just puts a guy in the block and he hits him with the post move that he did in Atlanta all those years. I'll pull up the videos here briefly before we wrap up here. But I wonder how much of this is the Celtics as a team have been going to the post more this year. Is Al Horford going to, follow suit? This counted as a 2? Why is this in here?
Put on the line, baby.
Oh no, this was a 3.
Clearly
These
not.
are all his shots. No, these are all his shots. Hold up. You can't sort by just twos, but looking here, this is just
There's
a
a
mid-range
2.
jumper, but it feels like he is more comfortable inside the 3-point, inside the arc this year. And he's not just, only a floor spacer. Like, they're letting him get inside a bit more. I mean, this is just the Bulls being useless, but in the Hawks game, I know all 3 of his shots were twos. And so he's cutting a little bit more. He's getting inside, and it feels like the Celtics, the team, have been doing this more. So it's nice to see the Celtics allowing Horford to get in there and work down low a little bit like he has in years past too. Again, though, once Kristaps comes back, I wonder if they're going to put him back into a role of, like, you're just going to be a 3-point shooter again. I hope they don't, but I think you have to find the right lineups for him to be used in that role, because if Porzingis is on the floor, you'd probably want him in the post more. But, like, look at that. Like, Horford can still play down there.
Yes.
So I think it's a mix. I think you have to let Horford have a little bit more freedom, if anything, if he's coming off the bench, making that sacrifice. But I am intrigued to see if his style of play changes once Porzingis comes back. Because the piece that we haven't even talked about, these last 2 games, 6 assists and 3 assists. Like, he's passing the ball a lot. Like, he's running the offense out of the post. And I think a lot of that is taking over some of the playmaking duties Porzingis is taking on. But he can do that. And I think that's the important part. And you want to see him keep that confidence up once KP comes back.
Yeah, I think that's a really important part for us to highlight, because there have been games where Horford has been used as the roll man, and he's been great on the short roll making decisions. And that's an extremely important thing for him to do as the games get more intense, as the playoffs come around. That rat Nick Nurse is going to throw a zone out there. Spoelstra will throw a zone out there. They need somebody to be able to be the zone breaker at the free throw line and make the right decisions. He's been doing that. That's where all those assists are coming from. I love watching Horford play on the post. It's been unfortunate the last season and a half or whatever. The little push shots haven't been falling for Horford. Need him to start falling. He loves the right block, push shot off the glass, and it just keeps hitting the rim and bouncing off. If those fall again, much more effective down there. I like it for him. I don't hate those shots. I never think it's a bad idea. I think his decision-making is good enough to where they can afford to run possessions based on that offense. I'm not saying you want him taking a shot every time, but if he's bigger than his defender, there's no problem with posting him up. Take advantage of the mismatch, force the defense to actually have to help, and give somebody else an open look. Or he gets an easy look at the rim. Can't complain about that.
I agree. I'm excited to see how Horford looks when KP comes back. I hope this helps him get some of that confidence up that I don't even know if it was a confidence issue. I think the shots just weren't falling because he was still shooting. But yeah.
And the man's been in the league for a while. He's got confidence.
It's true. It's true. Let us know what you guys think of Al Horford. Let us know what you think of his play lately. And if, what's it called? He'll play just as well, or the confidence will be up when KP comes back. Sorry, I got distracted. Subscribe to How About Them Celtics. Check out Talking C's with Bobby Kritzky on this channel. It's just going to be here. Yeah, check us out there. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll let Sam take it out.
Hey, thank you very much for watching this morning. You can find us here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the daily uploads. You can leave a like, leave a comment, say what's popping, put yourself in the running for the popcorn giveaways. Rave reviews on Incognito. You definitely want to get on that. You can find us on Spotify and Apple as well. Any full-length pod or game recap will be uploaded there as well. You can find us, if you want to email, hbtcpod@gmail.com. If you want to find us on socials, at How About Them C's, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook is just the name of the podcast. All pregame live streams will be there a half hour before every game, before every game, there and YouTube. You can follow Jack on Twitter at JackSimoneNBA. You can follow me at SamFranceNBA. That's it for us.
Taco. Come on.
Taco's having some fun here.
That is bogus. These guys are ridiculous.